Hi there, I'm Christy and I am the Skeptic Medium. In this video I'm going to be talking a bit more about how spirit shows that they're around. This time I'm going to be talking about the other signs that they give us. I have a feeling I'm going to be missing a few, so I would love to hear in your comments about other ways that spirit is reaching you or letting you know that they're around. I just wanted to mention from my last video something that I wanted to share with you, and I mentioned that spirit gives us an itchy feeling on our face when their soul comes into contact with ours. And when I was dating a guy a couple of years ago, he was a non-believer altogether. During the time that I was dating him, his brother tragically passed away. One evening, I felt the brother around very, very strongly, and I said to him, how could you reach him to let him know that you actually are there? And so I said, we came up with a plan, make his face itch. I watched for about 5 minutes while my boyfriend scratched his face all over. And eventually I said to him, have you noticed that your face is itching? Yeah, he said. And I told him what had happened, what I had been doing and what his brother had been doing, but he was still skeptical. I'm not here to convince people that what I am doing is true or not. I also believe that a person does need to be skeptical. Okay, so on to the signs that spirit gives us. The first one I want to talk about is birds. Comes up so often. It is definitely one of the ways that spirit connects with us. If you have a bird around you, a wild bird, that is behaving in a strange way, it could very well be spirit trying to say, hello, I'm there. This is not because they possess the bird. What seems to be the case, and from what spirit has shown me, is that the bird is able to see spirit energy. And a soul can draw a bird to them by them being able to see this and them being very curious about why it's there. So take a look out for that. The next one is feathers, also associated with birds. A lot of people get feathers in their path. I'm not one of them really. I don't really see them very often, but I have a friend who gets it a lot. And interestingly, one night she came over for Christmas Eve dinner and she was alone. She didn't have family with her. So I can imagine that was not so great for her. When she got home, she phoned me and said, thank you so much for the feather. So I said, what feather? A big black feather that was in my bag. Nope, I didn't put any feather there. I asked everybody that was there that night, did you give her a feather? No one gave her a feather. So that was an amazing little thing that happened. The next one I want to talk about is coins. They often appear in your path. I haven't picked up a coin in about 3 years. I just don't see them, but other people do. And it also comes up a lot in readings. Coins seem to be a big thing of a way of showing that your loved ones are around. Electricity. This one is a big one, for me anyway, and I think it happens to a lot of people. Spirit loves to manipulate electricity. They enjoy it. It is a way of getting a communication through to you. It seems to be one of the simpler ways that they're able to communicate with you. If you have flashing lights, bulbs blowing, they tend to destroy your electrical appliances in order to get through to you. So you'll have to put up with the breaking of your electrical appliances, but at the same time be grateful that they're actually there. They love fridges for some reason, but it comes up all the time about how much they enjoy messing around with fridges and the light in the fridge. I have had so many experiences with this. I'm going to tell you one very quickly, one of the most profound things that happened in my life. I had received some bad news and I'd been crying for 2 days or so. I was lying on my bed and my iPod at that time was in a docking station which had like speakers. And suddenly a song started playing, but it wasn't just any song, it was the song, I don't know what its name is exactly, but Smile, Even Though Your Heart Is Breaking, that song. And I was just shocked. I went over to my iPod. It wasn't in a playlist. I hadn't listened to the song in months, but you know what as well? My iPod never worked again. All it ever played after that was that particular song. But I was so grateful for that. It was very profound and meaningful to me. So look out for your TV switching on and off, your hi-fi switching on and off, could be any of those things. The next one is movement around the house. This can be really scary for a lot of people, things that move that shouldn't be moving. I've seen this quite a lot in my time on Earth so far. They seem to be able to move doors quite easily. I think it's because it's on hinges and it's not very much energy that goes into having to move a door. Also knock things off tables. If the item is really close to the end of the table, it doesn't seem to require that much energy to push it off the table as well. They love hiding stuff. I have no idea why. Just seems to be one of those things that they enjoy doing, like playing cat and mouse with us humans. But maybe a mischievous spirit that's doing this, or maybe just a guardian you have who's got a sense of humor that loves playing tricks on you. So they also do that quite a lot. One of the interesting things that happened to me with regards to spirit moving stuff was a client of mine came for a reading, and right in the beginning, my huge clock fell off the wall. It gave us such a fright, it came crashing down. So I carried on with the reading as normal, and interestingly enough, in the reading later on, it came up that her husband that had passed, loved clocks. He collected clocks, and there was even, he referred to a special clock in the house, and indeed she had a grandfather clock in her house that was his. So I believe that he was letting her know right in the beginning, I'm here, I got the clock off the wall. The clock is broken, which is just part of the deal, I think. Dreams. Spirit definitely comes into our dreams, and they try to do this a lot. If you have a loved one that has passed away, you might find that they're coming into your dreams. One of the tricky things about dreams they've showed me is that a dream can go horribly wrong. They try to get into the dream, but because of the person's own fears or what is going on in their mind at the time, the dream can actually kind of turn into a nightmare. So just look out for that. They do come in your dreams. Another way that we often see spirit is that they seem to do things in our peripheral vision. We could see lights or flashes, or even some kind of movement, something that's happening in the side of our sight. So look out for that. I am not totally convinced that these orb videos that people take are actually spirits. I actually think we're picking up lint or dust on our camera for the most part. I think that there are some that are real, but for the most part, I would be very skeptical about that. Banging and noises in your house. Footsteps, very common. A lot of people experience footsteps. I have a lot of banging in my roof quite often, and sometimes I've had the sound of what sounds like footsteps walking across the roof. I want to just say that in really most of the cases where I'm having these things happen, it is usually because the reading that I've done that day, spirit needs to communicate more with that person, and it's their way of saying, please, there's more I've got to say. So then I contact the person involved. A lot of people would say that my house is haunted. I don't really see it like that, because I feel that there are spirits coming and going. There is also a lot of preparation and protection that a person that is a medium has to make sure that they have around themselves. So I feel quite confident that the souls that are in and out of my near space do not mean me any harm, but are just trying to communicate. But if you are somebody that wants to become a medium or practice something like this, you will definitely need to go through steps of protecting yourself. For now, I'm trying to rack my brain. I know I haven't covered all of them. Please share with me what you experience, things that are happening to you. I would like to hear more about it. You can find me on The Skeptic Medium on YouTube. I would love for you to subscribe and like my videos. And you can find me on Facebook, The Skeptic Medium. Chat soon.